What's up, everybody? It is me, KiNGAlpha. Hope everybody is doing great. So, guys, I know you guys have asked for the Imperial Spearman, Spear Guards, Ultimate Guide and everything. So, I got you guys here. Obviously, you guys definitely voted a lot more this time. So, definitely vote on the next poll. I'm going to be putting it in the community area. I just wanted to also let you guys know I am going to be starting to post some World War III content pretty soon. So definitely keep an eye on that for anybody that does watch me for World War III or is interested in watching me for World War III. We also do have Twitch drops on the 11th to the I think 17th of this month for Conqueror's Blade. So definitely keep an eye on that, and I'll definitely post a video about that as well in terms of rewards and all that type of stuff. Anyways, let's get into the Imperial Spearman. I do want to say I appreciate all you guys definitely supporting me and getting these views and everything for the guides and stuff, and I really do appreciate it. Hopefully this does help you guys out, because I know everybody's been wondering, what happened with the Imperial Spearman, how did they get their buff and all that type of stuff. And I was able to get another skin, so I was able to put it on these guys, and they look absolutely amazing. Actually makes these guys look really proper and beast. So one thing I'm going to say about these guys is you cannot think of these guys as damage dealers. They are basically, ultimate tanks. Do not expect these guys to get more than 50 unit kills or 60 unit kills a game. They will not do that. It's all about the fact of being able to support your team and help them out in terms of, either giving them shields for their DPS or, allowing for the Braccio and bigger blob fights that you can actually protect them and stuff. I am going to have some clips in the videos later on so that you guys can kind of see, and I'll maybe talk a little bit over them as well. But let's just talk about their doctrines, their veterancy, and some of the things that you should try and aim for. So the doctrines that I do use is the Epic Spearman Doctrine 3, the Epic Spearman Doctrine 4, Epic Spear Doctrine 1, and then the Epic Spear Doctrine 2. So as you can see, they all basically do stuff in order to reduce damage taken or increase their block, which allows them for them to be very tanky. One thing as well is I did have the increased 360 health. I could have put any blunt damage or something, but honestly, it's not really worth it. I was also looking to see on putting a like a health doctrine, a purple health doctrine, but it actually gives, I think, about the same health, so it just didn't matter. So I just basically put this doctrine on. I try to make these guys as defensive as possible, and honestly, it's best to just go the bottom line. On the bottom line, you get the shield bash. You get the shield bash can knock down enemies. This really does help out with heroes getting bashed, units getting bashed. And like I said, they will not output a lot of damage, but if you really do want to go damage-wise in terms of them, just go top line. But I'll really be honest with you. I think bottom line is great because you won't need to use a doctrine for recovery, so you can get the recovery. And they do increase all types of defenses by 20% when you actually get all like the node on the bottom row. So, and they also cannot be stunned by ordinary attacks. So this all plays really well into the new fact of their skills and everything. I believe they did get some new unit traits, I believe. So lock shields. So, they basically get excellent protection from the front, but no protection against attacks from the back. When an enemy approaches a formation from the front, the forward soldiers can lock their shields and repel the foe. Can be triggered every 20 seconds. So this is basically when you're doing your advance and everything. And then also, like it's just the regular stuff. But I think the lock shields is the newest addition in terms of the fact of what happens with heavy shield push. So heavy shield push, basically Imperial Spear Guards get in formation and push forward, repelling enemies in front of them. While in stationary formation, this unit is immune to crowd control effects. Now, the only issue is obviously is that when they are blocking from front, they are very vulnerable from the back. It's kind of like every other unit when you do this, but the key thing about this unit is cover commander. And a lot of the times you're going to see that instead of me protecting a whole front line, I protect the front line with cover commander while pushing with my hero. I will say this, there are some classes that are really good to use the Imperial Spearman with that really are a bit better than other classes. Like I wouldn't suggest using Imperial Spearman as, with a short bow or long bow or musket, for example. This unit is basically for heroes like Poleaxe, Maul, Short Sword, Long Sword, and all that type of stuff, because you really, really do want to basically make these tanks, and you also want to be a tank in the front line too. So it's all about that. But let's talk about the cover commander. So for every 3 attacks, they will be immune to crowd control effects for 2 seconds. All types of damage and defense will be increased by 30%. So this is huge for cover commander because it makes them ultimate tanks to the point that they're also getting increased damage, but also immune to crowd control effects. So it's really, really hard to actually kill these guys. And I've noticed as well, when you do die and they were in cover commander, you should never press V, because they actually stay in cover commander and continue to allow you to, allow to tank damage and everything like that. Like I said, though, these guys are not damage dealers really at all. It's all about the hero doing the damage while the unit protects the hero. So this is really good for like Maul, Short Sword, Poleaxe, really. I use it mainly with Nodachi as well. It's really great. But one thing I will say as well is that you need to be careful when using Imperial Spearmen. Their cover commander is a bit different, like compared to Spear Sergeants. And in terms of that, like, they don't always stay exactly in front of you, so you can be very vulnerable sometimes to frontal charges, and all that type of stuff. It is kind of annoying. I wish they would kind of stay in front of you and in an actual circle around you, instead of like when I'm moving forward, they kind of stay a little bit back. And I've died a lot of times to a charge because I'm thinking my Imperial shields are gonna block the charge, but then I actually get hit with the charge. And everything like that. So definitely be careful with these guys. And there is currently a bug with their recover. Sometimes when you are in cover commander and you go to recover, when you actually do press recovery, it will proc, but then it will disappear. So you need to make sure you do a formation again and then do cover commander or press V or X, and it will come back. So just definitely keep that in mind. I've had it a lot of times where I wasn't healing my shields when I could have, so definitely keep that in mind. And their stats overall 12,000. I mean, their defense is insane. Honestly, the only thing that really, really hurts them is blunt stuff. But that's really about it. Their overall damage, like I said, is not that great, and their movement speed is horrendous. So definitely keep that in mind. But anyways, I'm gonna start showing you guys some clips and everything. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's talk a little bit about gameplay and showing you guys some nice little clips I did have with them. So peace out. Alright everybody, so again I'm back with some little bit of gameplay. So I just wanted to show you guys basically how I make sure that I always have them either in cover commander or the formation. Then you can see that I do have the little bug that I didn't notice during the fight. Sometimes it is really hard to notice that they don't have the health and everything, so you always have to pay attention to that. But as you can see, they're amazing tanks. I did see here, I noticed at the last second that I got hit by, like, there was a cannon outside. But in all of these moments, you basically always make sure that they're in cover commander. They even can do really well against palace guards and everything, especially if you are supporting the unit. It's amazing. I will say this though, they are not the best in just straight 1v1. You do need at least some type of support versus units that can go through block. For example, claymores are really good at destroying Imperial shields. Because of the fact of like how well they are at actually destroying block and everything. So you do need to pay attention to the exact situation that you're actually in, because the big thing is that you don't want to have it where you're using your Imperial shields, you're holding down ground, but you don't have any support, so you actually are going to be losing a lot more shields and not having the actual proper support to actually make the best use of these units. But they are amazing shields. If you run them in squads of 5 or something like that, you're actually going to have a blast. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this ultimate guide. Let me know what you guys think, and I will be catching you guys in the next one. Peace.